Hi, I'm Terry Hillsberg from the China Canvas Challenge, and I'm here with Bowie Chen of EaziTrip. And Bowie recently became was ranked near the top of all of the people who submitted assignments for the China Canvas Challenge. So we thought we'd ask her what she was doing, and secondly, what are the strengths and weaknesses of our program. So Bowie, can you firstly give us some background about yourself, and secondly, your company and what you're trying to do?
Okay. Thank you, Terry. I'm Bowie, a strategy consultant and also co-founder of EaziTrip, which is a travel app uses augmented reality so tourists can discover and explore all local, authentic, and unique experiences when they travel in Australia. So a little bit about my background. I'm from Guangzhou, China, and I had several years work experience in brand management and media as a journalist in China. Then I came to Australia and finished my Master of Marketing degree in University of Sydney and worked as a strategy consultant since then. And during all this time in Australia, I realized that there's such a huge demand in the tourism market. So for example, there were 1.4 million Chinese tourists came to Australia last year. So, and also a lot of brands want to launch business to the Chinese market and understand more about the Chinese consumers. And obviously there are lots of opportunities there. And especially for the tourists, they find it really difficult to enjoy authentic experience in Australia because there are cultural language barriers and the apps that they use are quite different in China. For example, they can't use Facebook and Google Maps in China. So we came up with this idea to try to solve this problem for them.
Yeah, so as I understand it, what you're trying to do is to use augmented reality on mobile phones to be able to place descriptions of objects in space in Chinese, so that the Chinese tourist just points their phone at an object and up comes the description. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, cool. So I think that will be very valuable. And but my question is why has no one done this yet?
So I think actually a really big market opportunity here, but some of the players they already existed. They're trying to help the brands to promote themselves to the Chinese market, but no one have placed themselves in the place to help to solve the tourist side to solve their problem. And actually, the language and cultural barrier is a very huge thing here. So to become a company to really understand the Chinese consumers, to really deliver this really beautiful app to make them the UX, everything for them to really understand it properly is quite challenging for the Australian companies. So this is something that is quite unique for us that we can help to do.
Okay, so technologically I can see how this might work, and I can also see how it would be of great value to the Chinese tourist. What I can't understand though is, and look, when I was reviewing your assignment, was how will you distribute the app to the Chinese tourists? And and the second question is, how will you monetize the service?
All right. So for the first point, for the distribution, so we understand that all the app stores in China is quite different compared to Australia. So we need to list the app on the Chinese platforms. And also in China, the KOL, the influencer marketing is quite huge. It's quite different compared to Australia. So that's something that we are working on, that we can cooperate with all the KOLs in Australia, in China, to promote the app. And when we talk about the second question, for this kind of app is quite interesting. It's like chicken and egg, right? So we can actually get the money from the brand side and also from the customer side. But from the customer side, because Chinese people, they tend to really want to save their money rather than they don't want to download a new app that I don't know what it is and I need to pay for it in advance. So normally we will try to put it as like a free app at first, and then if there's some premium service later on, we can charge them for a little price for later.
Okay, cool. So I thought, that the design of the service and the work you've done so far on this is very good, and it's certainly something somebody's going to do, and I hope it's your company. So when do you think you'll be able to launch the app?
So right now it's still a very early stage. We are building the prototype right now, and then we are thinking of finishing it and testing in the market in the 2 to 3 months later.
Okay, cool. We would appreciate if you could give us some feedback regarding the strengths and weaknesses of the program. So starting off, what do you think the strengths of the program have been so far?
I think for the strengths of the program, the first is I think is really it gives us really practical suggestions of all the things that we need to watch out for in terms of launching business to China. And I think the second point is you have really instant great feedback. You have an online forum that we can really chat with all the mentors online, and then we can get the feedback really quickly. I really like that. And then for the things that to be improved in the future, I think it's really good right now, but I really like to share the information with my teammates because quite a lot of them is really good stuff. So in the future, if there are some things that we can download online really easily and that we can share with our teammates, that would be really great.
So when you say teammates, you mean other people doing the program? Is that?
It's like my teammate in my business.
In your business, oh, okay. So you're saying, can a business enroll, say, 4 or 5 people with one person taking the lead?
Yes.
That sounds like a sensible idea. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that all sounds sensible. And out of what would be the net promoter score you'd give us so far?
I think although it's just in week 2 right now, but I really enjoy it, so I would definitely recommend it to my friends. So I think I'll give it an 8.
Okay, an 8. Okay, and lastly, how do people contact your good self?
Feel free to send me an email with bowie_cbj@hotmail.com, and then you can also find me on LinkedIn with Bowie Chen.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Bowie, and I hope you have a nice day. It looks very, very pleasant where you're located doing this recording. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.